The learning curve for an author who's a new author and they don't know about publicity, the learning curve is so high I can't even begin to tell you. And even if I send them, as I sometimes do, a PDF of a book that I have on how to do self-promotion, they don't get it. It just doesn't compute. And the reason for this is that I guess maybe it's two different sides of the brain, but what they actually need to know is that they need to start building their author platform. But even before that, sometimes I'll see a book, somebody will have self-published a book, or even a small press sometimes if they've taken advantage and they're not for real. A book can get made, it looks like a book, except that maybe there's a typo on the front cover or the back cover. And once I see that typo, it has to go back and be redone because I can't send it out. I can't, and there are, I've had books, even self-published books, I've had the authors interviewed on NPR, for example. So it's not, it's possible. But in order to get to that level, that book has to be pristine. There really can't be typos in it. Ideally, a first book, being, first edition, it's really good to have early reviews and have those reviews come from reasonable sources, like a relevant source, or maybe an author, has read your book and given you a review blurb. So a review blurb would be like 1 or 2 sentences, and then we would be able to pick and choose like which ones. Maybe one goes on the back cover, and the way that I choose that is the back cover to me. That's what people are looking at, well, at least in a store, to see what is this book about. And I find that getting a blurb that both mentions what the book is about and something very, very deep about why they like the book, that to me is better than the longest summary in the world about what the book is about. And then once you open the book, if you have a lot of reviews, you can put the early reviews on the inside of the book. So there's that knowledge. A lot of writers don't think about reviews until the book is published. They should be thinking about it 2 or 3 months ahead, and that's true of all publicity. In order for me to get publicity out, like say you have a book launch, it has to go out to reporters and media 2 or 3 months ahead. That's how backed up they are a lot of times. And many times I've just been lucky, because every now and then something falls through a crack with a media. So you might, like with the baby teeth book, I don't know what happened there because it was for a morning show, a TV show in Seattle, and I sent them the query, and then 2 days later they called and said, how fast can they get here? So in a case like that, I'm thinking somebody must have canceled, and this sounds really good, like they feel like they can run with that without a lot of research or something. So I would say, I don't even know if I'm answering your question properly, but it's important for authors to get to know a lot about as much as they can stand about book marketing, building what they call an author platform. What is a one sheet and what good does it do you? Because a one sheet, I mentioned this on a panel and somebody said they felt like sticking a fork in their eye because it sounded like physics to them. But a one sheet is really just a one sheet, basically like 8.5 by 11 that you would even maybe send out, and on there's your book cover, small thing of your book cover, little picture. There's not the summary of your book, but a pitch for your book, like a hook for your book, not only what the book is about, but make it, and if writers have trouble figuring this out, I always say just go on Amazon, go to the big 5, and look how they're doing it. Like, look at that pitch, see. Maybe I'm speaking in Greek, but look at the pitch and see how did they frame it? What kind of elements did they pick out? Because a lot of times writers will bring me things and they'll bring me a synopsis and they don't even know what they've written. Like, it doesn't sound like, then I have to read the book because I'm like, oh my gosh, like now I understand what the book is. And now I know how to pitch it. But the way that the author's looking from the inside out. So a lot of times, I guess my best advice would be show it to somebody, like show it not just to a fellow writer, but show it to somebody who's into publicity, pitching,